finished DEATHLOOP this morning, and I don't think I'm ever going to play it again. It's okay. Feel free to check over some of my other videos to see how the gameplay is, because I don't know if it'll spoil anything if I go out and experience the world after beating the story, because there's radio conversations that chip in from time to time. But it's very, very easy for a roguelike. I only fully died twice, both of which were from, well, one was a story-related thing, and one was a thing of, it's an instant kill if you get detected during a stealth section. So that was fun. But other than that, just getting shot by bad guys. You have 2 extra lives that refresh when you change zones, and I never ran out of those. One of the first people I killed dropped the shotgun I currently have in my hands, which, as you can see, I've upgraded ever so slightly from 30 rounds to have 48 rounds in its magazine. But basically, once I got this in the first 4 hours of the game, which, first 4 hours of the game, pretty much trivialized any combat encounters I encountered. I also got an ability that reduces the damage you take and increases the damage you deal, but, I mean, this is a 48 round, semi-automatic, double-barreled shotgun. The first shot slows people down if it doesn't kill them, but generally speaking, you'll kill people pretty hard with it. Once I got this, group encounters were incredibly easy. I also found myself a rifle. This is a single shot. I infused it to have better upgrades, to have better reload time, so it instantly reloads pretty much, and it fires exploding bullets. This lets me trivialize almost any combat encounter in the entire game, because again, it's a rifle that shoots accurately and explodes people at long range. I'm engaging these people from so far outside their range that they actually don't know where the bullets are coming from that are exploding them. They're just standing around looking for the source of the explosions. The AI is really dumb. And I can carry 25 bullets like this, with this incredibly compact and accurate and deadly rocket launcher, you know? And when bad guys do hit you, they barely touch you. You may hear my cat crying a little. She's been crying since I wanted to go out since I started the ending of the game, but I figured I'd get this done so it's uploading while we're out in the sun. But yeah, when combat is trivial and death doesn't really come that often, and there's always tons of healing items around, it's not a difficult game to just brute force your way through. There's a lot of breadcrumbs to follow when you find things in the environment, and you have to complete a series of story things to figure out the one way to complete the day. And that's incredibly disappointing, that there's one way to complete the game, because you have to kill people in a specific order and do things a specific way, because you only have 4 time periods of the day to do it. I thought it was going to be a Hitman style thing of figuring it out for yourself of the best way to do it and get everyone in one place to kill them all in one massive fight to the death. No, you get told exactly what to do and when to do it. And it's like if the Hitman stories of the Hitman seasons couldn't be turned off. You had no option to assassinate people but to do it the way that they tell you to in the stories, and that just takes all the fun out of the puzzle box aspects of it. Because of the fact that you get such good rewards from things like, I got this shotgun from killing one of the 8 people you've got to kill, and then upgrading it, which became trivial when you start getting good gear from the people you've been murdering, which is your objective. There's no incentive then to explore the rest of the world. I've got things in my inventory that are mysteries, there's these radio signals that happen, and there's these safes to find and unlock, and passcodes to open doors, and they basically open doors to get other guns, which are not as good as the one I've got. So what's even the point? So the immersive sim aspect becomes kind of meaningless, because you're just following breadcrumbs to find things you got to find, and there's no real rewards for exploration, because the stuff you get from killing the bad guys is better than anything you'll find in any of the exploration stuff. So yeah, it just becomes a roguelike first-person shooter, which is fine, and it's okay for the 12 whole pounds I paid for it. I enjoyed it fairly well, didn't I, Woon? Yes, we'll take care of it in a minute, darling. Yes, just a minute. I should probably wrap this up, because my cat would really like to go out now. It's okay. Oh, the music is also good, but loops a lot. You hear the same combat music pretty much the entire game, and there's this music playing just now from when you're sneaking around But that's pretty much it. Those are the two songs that play through the entire game, combat and non-combat, and it's just the same thing over like a 20-second period, over and over and over and over. And yeah, like the characters are funny. Like, you know, there's a lot of personality between yourself and Juliana. Juliana Invasions, I had it set to friends only and didn't get invaded by any of my friends because none of them own DEATHLOOP anymore. And when you're doing it single player, so you can actually, you know, pause the game because you can't pause the game if you're online. She invades you pretty constantly towards the end of the game. Like on my last run, where you have to go through 4 time blades, I got invaded like 3 times, and the invasions are pretty boring. She teleports into existence near you and knows exactly where you are. Like, there's no attempt to set up an ambush. She doesn't spawn in with the world properly. She just drops into existence near you. Like, you can have turrets and mines you've hacked and set up behind you, covering the entrance to the area, or covering like the ways into a building, and she'll just be inside the building shooting you. So that's disappointing. But yeah, there's only so much you can do with having an AI replacement for what's supposed to be a human player hunting you. And to be fair, I am playing this almost a year after release, so it's not like there's going to be many people jumping in to invade you anyway. So yeah, Deathloop, it's okay. Like, if you get it for about a tenner, you'll have a good time. Sure, it'll be on Xbox Game Pass probably in September when it comes over there. It's a first party game now and all that, so like, play it that way. Maybe, you know, you'll have a fun time, but it's not worth the 70 quid at launch that. And I really have no idea where these 10 out of 10 reviews came from because there is no replay value to this for me whatsoever. I have no incentive to play any more of this, and I'm definitely not going to go for any more of the trophies. I'm just done. Thanks for watching.